The Assassination of Abraham Lincoln. 4-minute YouTube script. Hook. 0K020. April 14, 1865. The United States was celebrating the end of the American Civil War. But inside a theater in Washington, D.C., a single gunshot would shock the nation. That night, President Abraham Lincoln became the first American president to ever be assassinated. Lincoln and the Civil War. 020 to 1:4. Abraham Lincoln became president in 1861. Soon after he took office, the United States was plunged into a brutal conflict known as the American Civil War. The war lasted 4 years and caused more than 600,000 deaths. Lincoln fought to keep the country united and issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared freedom for enslaved people in Confederate states. By April 1865, the war was finally ending, and Americans believed peace had finally arrived. The night at Ford's Theater. 1:04. On the evening of April 14th, Lincoln decided to relax and watch a play at Ford's Theater. The play was a comedy called Our American Cousin. Lincoln attended the show with his wife Mary Todd Lincoln and 2 guests. The theater was crowded and the audience was laughing and enjoying the performance. But someone in the building had a deadly plan. The assassin. 2:40. The man responsible was John Wilkes Booth. Booth was actually a well-known actor and had performed in that same theater many times. However, he strongly supported the Confederacy and hated Lincoln for defeating the South. That night, Booth quietly slipped into the presidential box while the play was still going on. The assassination. 2:41 to 3:20. During a moment of loud laughter in the audience, Booth pulled out a small pistol. He fired a single shot at the back of Lincoln's head. Panic erupted across the theater. Booth then jumped from the balcony onto the stage. As he escaped, he shouted a Latin phrase, Sic semper tyrannis, meaning, thus always to tyrants. He then fled into the night, on horseback. Lincoln's death and the manhunt. 3:20 to 3:54. Lincoln was carried across the street to a small boarding house where doctors tried to save him. But the wound was fatal. Early the next morning, on April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln died. Meanwhile, the government launched a massive manhunt. 12 days later, soldiers tracked Booth to a farm in Virginia, where he was shot and killed. Closing. 3:50 to 4 till. The assassination of Abraham Lincoln shocked the world. A leader who had guided America through its darkest war was gone. But his legacy of freedom and unity continues to shape the United States even today.